Welcome back to Tech Vibe, the place where we break down the future of technology before it even hits the shelves. Today, we are diving into the most anticipated camera release of 2026. The high-resolution photography world is currently on edge, waiting for the successor to the legendary Z7 II. For years, the Z7 series has been the gold standard for landscape, architectural, and studio photographers who demand every ounce of detail. But while the Z8 and Z9 have grabbed the recent headlines with their blistering speed, the resolution purists have been left waiting in the shadows. The wait is officially over. Reports from the heart of Japan and leaked prototypes from the supply chain have confirmed that the Nikon Z7 III is not just a minor update, it is a complete reimagining of what a high-megapixel mirrorless camera can achieve. This is the machine designed to reclaim the throne of the resolution kingdom. To understand why this camera is causing such a stir in the professional community, we have to look at the heart of the machine, the sensor. For the last several years, the industry standard for high-end full-frame cameras has hovered around the 45 to 50 megapixel mark. It is a sweet spot for many, but Nikon is reportedly about to shatter that ceiling. Internal leaks suggest Nikon has been testing a staggering 67 megapixel monster. This isn't just about bigger numbers, it is about unprecedented cropping flexibility. Imagine shooting a wide mountain range and being able to crop in 300% to find a perfect macro shot of a single tree hidden within the frame, all while maintaining enough detail for a gallery-sized canvas print. This is a digital microscope for the world around you, offering a level of texture and fidelity that was previously reserved for medium format systems costing 3 times as much. But as every professional knows, resolution is nothing without the brains to manage that massive data stream. The Z7 III is confirmed to skip the older dual-processor architecture of its predecessor and jump straight into the power of the X7 engine. This is the same lightning-fast processor that makes the flagship Z9 feel like a supercomputer. In the Z7 III, this power is being funneled into 2 specific areas: image quality and AI-driven autofocus. We are talking about a dedicated deep learning chip that recognizes not just eyes and faces, but birds, vehicles, and even specific insect types. While the Z7 series was never intended to be a dedicated sports camera, Nikon knows that even a landscape photographer needs to nail focus on a distant eagle or a moving fashion model. The sluggish autofocus complaints of the past are officially gone. The Z7 III inherits the sophisticated 3D tracking system from the Z8, making it a hybrid beast that finally matches, and in some ways surpasses, the best from Sony and Canon. Now, there is a specific reason why Nikon delayed this camera for so long. It wasn't because they didn't have the technology, it's because they were waiting for the perfect moment to disrupt their own lineup. The Z7 III is positioned to be the ultimate choice for photographers who don't need 20 frames per second but crave every ounce of dynamic range and tonal gradation. If you value the surgical precision of an image over raw burst speed, this is the only camera that should be on your radar. We also have to address the massive impact of Nikon's acquisition of Red Digital Cinema. This was the shot heard round the world in the industry. While we've seen specialized cinema bodies recently, the Z7 III is expected to be the first standard Z body to truly receive the Red treatment. Leaked specifications point toward the inclusion of internal raw video recording utilizing Red's legendary color science. For the first time in a photography-centric body, you will be able to capture 8K video that doesn't just look good, but looks like a Hollywood feature film. We are expecting over 15 stops of dynamic range, allowing you to pull detail out of the deepest shadows and brightest highlights that would have been lost on any other mirrorless camera. For the premium content creator, this makes the Z7 III the ultimate dual-purpose tool. You get the world's best stills and cinema-grade video in a body that fits in a standard backpack. Design-wise, the Z7 III bridges the gap between the compact Z6 III and the beefier Z8. It keeps the weight down to around 607.5 grams, making it the dream choice for travel photographers who hike for miles to catch the perfect light. But don't let the lightweight fool you. The weather sealing has been upgraded to match the flagship Z9 standards. Whether it's desert dust, tropical rain, or sub-zero Arctic temperatures, this camera is built to survive the harshest elements on Earth. One of the most requested physical features is finally here, the 4-axis tilting touchscreen. Unlike the fully articulating screens that vloggers love but landscape photographers often find clunky, this screen tilts on every axis while staying perfectly in line with the optical center of the lens. It is discreet, rugged, and exactly what professionals asked for. When you combine that with a new 5.76 million dot electronic viewfinder with zero blackout, you have a shooting experience that feels more like looking through a window than a screen. For high-end global markets, image quality remains the absolute priority. The Z7 II already had some of the best base ISO performance in the world with its native ISO 64. The Z7 III is rumored to take this even further. New sensor architecture suggests a dual-gain output that could push the native ISO even lower or provide a super clean mode for meticulous studio work. In low light, the X7's advanced noise reduction algorithms, combined with the backside illuminated sensor, mean that even at 67 megapixels, the noise levels remain incredibly low. This is the holy grail of sensor design: massive resolution without the high noise penalty. Whether you are capturing the Milky Way in a dark sky park or a high-fashion editorial in a dimly lit studio, the files coming out of this camera will be malleable, rich, and full of detail that competitors simply cannot replicate. The ecosystem surrounding the camera is just as impressive. The Z7 III is launching alongside a refresh of Nikon's professional lens lineup. With the newest S-line glass, Nikon is ensuring that their lenses can actually resolve the extreme detail the 67-megapixel sensor provides. Connectivity is also getting a massive upgrade for the modern era. We are looking at Wi-Fi 6E and Bluetooth 5.3 for near-instant file transfers to the Nikon imaging cloud. For professional photographers on assignment, you can now sync your high-resolution RAW files directly to a remote server while you are still in the field. No more fumbling with memory cards at the end of a long day. And speaking of cards, the dual CF Express Type B and SD slots ensure you have the speed required for 8K video and the redundant backup security for once-in-a-lifetime shoots. So, the ultimate question remains: is 67 megapixels overkill, or is it exactly what the industry has been waiting for? If your work depends on machine gun fire burst rates for sports or breaking news, the Z8 or Z9 are still the specialized tools for you. However, if your work is about the art of the image, if you are a landscape photographer waiting hours for the blue hour, a studio professional crafting the perfect portrait, or a fine art printer who needs every single pixel to be perfect, the Z7 III is the camera you have been dreaming of. It represents the pinnacle of over a century of optical legacy merged with the cutting-edge cinema technology of the future. It is, quite simply, the best photographer's camera ever made. The Nikon Z7 III is proof that the pursuit of perfection in digital imaging is far from over. It is an aggressive, no-compromise response to a market that thought it had seen everything. As we move through 2026, the competition is fiercer than ever, but Nikon has sent a clear message that they are leading the way. This camera isn't just a tool, it's an investment in your creative vision. It is built to stay in your bag for the next decade, providing a lens into a world of detail you've never seen before. Thank you for watching this deep dive on Tech Vibe. If you're as excited about the future of photography as we are, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss an update on the latest gear. What are your thoughts on the 67 megapixel rumor? Let us know in the comments below. We'll see you in the next one. Stay sharp and keep shooting.